Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We are halfway through our first full week here at school. It is Wednesday, it's September the 13th. It's a really busy day today. We're getting a lot of things done. All of the students are really getting into a good routine, getting used to everything. Again, we're just jumping right into everything here in third grade. So I'm really proud of all the students and everything that they're doing here in class. It's been challenging already so far with science, with math. Again, we're really jumping right into everything. So I'm just proud and impressed with what they've done already so far, and it's only really the fifth day of school. I just wanted to kind of review again what's for homework tonight for math. We did a lot today in math, and I did review this, but I just wanted to kind of go over again exactly what I'm looking for, what the homework is looking for. So as usual, we are continuing our multiplication. We are talking about different ways and different strategies how to get a multiplication answer. So I'm going to kind of pose a problem, and in the math workbook, it's actually kind of posed as a word problem, and it's the 3 sentences that we are working on like we did last night for homework. So for example, I have an example right here that I made. Hopefully you can see. Using my brand new board that I'm really excited to be using for math when we do small groups and guided reading. So today I figured this is the first day I use my brand new fun board here. So the sentences you might see in the homework would be, here are 3 squares. Each square has 4 sides. How many sides are there in all? I don't want to waste room on my board because I really want to show you what they're looking for the homework. So that's what you're going to see. And there's going to be a blank space, and it's going to say, write a multiplication equation. It's going to say, solve the problem and show me your work. So that's the biggest thing here in investigations. I just don't want you to write me the answer. You might know the answer right off the top of your head, which is great. And I want you to give me the answer, but I want you to also show me your work, and I want you to write the multiplication equation. And that's really what we worked on today. So before we work on our multiplication equation, one of the ways that you can figure out, one of the strategies that we talked about, is drawing a picture. So in the workbook, it's just going to say there are 3 squares. So what I would do is, I know I'm a visual learner, a lot of you might be visual learners, draw 3 squares, okay? Then we know each square has 4 sides. So we could count them up, okay? Or again, we talked about that in class. Right now there's only 3 squares, so I could sit and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. But if we have more and more squares, that's really going to take me a long time to count that. So I might come up with a different strategy. So we drew our picture, then we can maybe do some skip counting to figure out how many sides there are in all. So since squares have 4 sides, I'm going to skip count by 4. So then I'm going to skip count 4, 8, 12. So that's one way I can figure out how many sides there are in all. The second strategy we can do is by using repeated addition, which is another form of multiplication. So with repeated addition, what we want to do is count up how many are in each group. So since each square has 4 sides, the number I'm going to add multiple times is the number 4. So since there are 3 squares, I'm going to do 4 plus 4 plus 4, which we know now equals 12. Whoa. So I can skip count. I could use my repeated addition. So as you can see, I added 4 up 3 times because there are 3 squares and each square has 4 sides. Now, so this is one way you can solve the problem. Second way, third way. The fourth kind of step, or another way to solve it, is by actually writing me a multiplication equation, which is what the homework is asking of you today. So here is my little formula, because we talked about the 2 numbers that you're multiplying. Those are called the factors, and the answer to a multiplication problem is called the product. So there is a specific order where they go in, because then it would be a different problem. So for the first number is the number of groups that you have. Okay, so that is always going to be the first number that you multiply. The second number, my second factor, is going to be how many are in each group. So if you think of it that way, you're never really going to mix up your numbers. Okay, again, our product, the answer, is going to be the same either way. That is the beauty about multiplication. But we want the number of groups first, and then we want how many are in each group. So the number of groups I have are 3, because I have 1, 2, I have 3 squares. So My first factor is 3. And then how many do I have in each group? Well, each square has 4 sides. So there's 4 sides in each group. So I'm going to put a 4 here. So we already know the answer because we skip counted, we did repeated addition, we even counted up how many sides. So we already know that the product or the answer is 12. And there is my multiplication equation. Beautiful, isn't it? So this reads 3 groups of 4. 3 groups of 4. If it was switched, my picture would look totally different. If this was 4 groups of 3, I might have maybe 4 triangles. So that's a totally different multiplication problem. My product is still the same. But again, this is how many groups there are, and this number is how many is in each group. Okay, so you can use this as an example. There is only 3 problems for homework tonight, so it shouldn't really take you that long, but this is kind of how I want you to do it. If you want to do all 3 strategies, maybe you want to draw, skip count, and do repeated addition, that's fine. Maybe you only want to pick one of them. But the biggest thing, I do need my equation, and I do need you to show me your work. Okay, so whether you pick one of these, if you pick 2 of these, or if you pick all of them, I just want to know how you actually got to the answer. And I'm going to check it tomorrow, and we're going to go over some of them in class. Okay, so I hope that this was really helpful. The students did a really great job with this today. The only thing I think some students might struggle with is the order of the numbers. So that's why I wanted to show you this, the order of the factors. So again, the first number is how many groups there are. The second factor is how many there are in each group. And then you're already going to know your product. Our two factors in our product. Okay. The only other announcement I have is if you did not finish decorating your writer's notebook, please finish that tonight so that you can bring it in tomorrow. We're going to be starting actually using our writer's notebook probably either tomorrow or Friday. Most likely tomorrow, but I just want to make sure everybody has theirs, so please bring that back. I didn't write this in your homework book, but Friday is dot day. It's International Dot Day. So if you want on Friday, you can wear anything that has dots. You can wear polka dots. Mrs. Andreo made an announcement today. It could be polka dots, it could be baseballs, it could be golf balls, it could be tennis balls, anything that's like a circle. I have some fun dot clothes that I love to save for dot day. So that's not tomorrow, that's not until Friday, but that's really the only other announcement that we have. All right, so again, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Hopefully this helps you with your math homework. I hope you do a great job, and then just have a wonderful night, and I'll see you all in the morning. Okay, bye.